Australia is reeling after a mass shooting at a Hanukkah event on Sydney's Bondi Beach that killed at least 15 people and left 27 hospitalized. Police informed that one of the suspected attackers was a licensed firearm owner who possessed 6 guns obtained legally. Post the terror attack, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called for stricter nationwide gun laws following the mass shooting on Bondi Beach. Defying a hail of bullets, Sydney resident Ahmed al Ahmed disarmed one of the attackers during the mass shooting. He was admitted to the hospital and underwent surgery for gunshot wounds. Let's watch real-time footage of how the brave bystander tackled the gunman.
Yeah, somebody got it. Somebody got it. Yeah.
Go away, go away. He's got guns. They shoot him.
I told you, bro. Fuck. Hey guys, have you seen the gun?
Ahmed al Ahmed was hailed a hero by his parents as he recovers in hospital. "My son is a hero all around Australia," said his father, while his mother added, "Allah will not hurt him because he was doing good."
He owns a shop where he sells fruits and all kinds of fruits. And mashallah, he's been here in Australia for a long time.
Since when? How long has he been here?
Since 2006 here.
Mashallah, good for him.
He has Australian citizenship and we haven't seen him since around 2006. He had lunch and left the house. This young man, his friend told him, let's go out to, what's the name of the place? I don't know. Is it Cell Bondi? What's the place called?
Bondi, he said.
He told him, let's go have a drink in paradise. When they arrived there, they were surprised by the armed men. They just started shooting, and the terrorists, well, their lives were in danger. No one noticed anyone else. There was a weapon at a distance from them. He hid behind the tree. My son is a hero. I mean, he served in the police and in the Central Security Forces, and he has drive and he loves to defend people. When he saw people on the ground, the wounded, the blood and the bodies, his conscience and sense of duty pushed him to attack one of the terrorists and take his weapon. And that one had to flee. At that very moment, his friend was standing on the bridge. I don't know exactly where, but you can see it in the pictures that came out. It seems he had a skilled sniper with him. I don't know. He truly tried to kill him, shooting him directly in the shoulder. I am profoundly proud and deeply honored by my brave son because he is indeed a true hero. On the level of Australia, there isn't a single news agency in the world left that didn't publish news of his incredible heroism and his selfless actions. Even President Donald Trump personally sent his heartfelt thanks for what he courageously did. The Australian Prime Minister, in a powerful statement, wrote that he is indeed a truly brave and exceptionally heroic man. We sincerely wish him a very speedy and complete recovery. He is a remarkable person who bravely sacrificed his own precious life and himself to valiantly save the innocent lives that were tragically present at the scene of the incident.
But I don't really know what the story is, and they told me it was just an accident. I mean, he was in the hospital, and you know, as a mother, how would she feel at that moment when she hears about her son? God forbid. They said it was just an accident, and I started blaming myself, crying afterwards. When I found out what happened, thank God, I mean, at least he was helping people. I'm proud that my son was helping people, saving lives. I mean, God will not harm him, thank God. The bullets hit his hand and went through, and thank God, God willing, nothing bad will happen to him because he is doing good.
For nearly 30 years, Australia's firearm regulations have been regarded as some of the toughest and most successful anywhere in the world. Following the 1996 Port Arthur mass shooting in Tasmania, which claimed 35 lives, the Conservative government of the time confronted strong opposition from gun lobby groups and enacted sweeping reforms that significantly reduced the number of guns in circulation. Australians have long been proud of these reforms, believing they keep the country safer from gun violence and mass shootings. However, December 14th's attack at a Hanukkah event on Sydney's Bondi Beach is likely to rattle that sense of security and could prompt renewed national scrutiny of existing gun laws. Police informed that one of the suspected attackers was a licensed firearm owner who possessed 6 guns obtained illegally. Australian media have identified the suspects in the deadly attack at Sydney's Bondi Beach as a father and son, 50-year-old Sajid Akram and his 24-year-old son, Naveed Akram. Authorities have not officially named the Akrams, but have shared details in media briefings. The younger suspect was Australian-born, while his father, who died in a shootout with police, migrated to Australia in 1998, Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke said. Police carried out raids on properties linked to the pair in December, including a short-term rental in Campsie, where they are believed to have stayed before the attack, according to CNN. Police said the 24-year-old remains hospitalized and is expected to face criminal charges in connection with the shooting. The shooting at Sydney's Bondi Beach left 15 people dead and 27 hospitalized. A bystander who disarmed one of the attackers has been identified as Ahmed al Ahmed, the son of Syrian refugees who had recently arrived in Australia. The 43-year-old met New South Wales Premier Chris Minns on December 15th, who hailed him as a real-life hero, saying his bravery in disarming the attacker saved countless lives. The authorities classified the incident as a terrorist attack aimed at Jewish Australians. Victims ranged in age from 10 to 87, including a Holocaust survivor who was killed while trying to protect his wife from the gunfire. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called for stricter nationwide gun laws following the mass shooting on Bondi Beach. He said the government would move to introduce new measures, including limits on how many firearms a licensed individual can own. The government is prepared to take whatever action is necessary. Included in that is the need for tougher gun laws, Prime Minister Albanese told reporters. He also warned that circumstances can shift over time, and individuals may become radicalized, arguing that firearm permits should not be permanent. He said, and I quote, "People's circumstances can change. People can be radicalized over a period of time. Licenses should not be in perpetuity."
We are extending the funding for the National Council for Jewish Community Security and its state-based community security groups to provide overall security cover to the Jewish community as part of that. That is included in my EFO, but we're preempting that announcement today. That's also for capital works and can be utilised for guarding costs incurred by individual Jewish organisations across Australia. We're also working with Jewish community organisations to see how we can best support charity efforts, including through tax-deductible status for donations, and we're doing work on that. The government will also quickly work through the process of a declaration under the Terrorism and Cyclone Insurance Act that would ensure that insurance companies are able to pay out to local businesses for eligible losses. We're also working on support for funerals that will be held, but also visitor visas for people who are relatives wishing to visit Australia for those funerals, and I'll ask the Minister to comment on that. I do want to make a couple of more points as well. This morning, I met with police who were on the scene last night, some of whom had been up all night. These are brave people, many people who were off-duty police, headed towards Bondi last night from as far away as Newcastle and the Central Coast. They did so because of their commitment to their fellow Australians and the diligence that they show. And I think we need to recognise their incredible work at a time as well when 2 police officers have been seriously injured as a result of the efforts and bravery that they have shown. What we saw yesterday was an act of pure evil, an act of terror, an act of anti-Semitism, an attack on the first day of Hanukkah, targeted at the Jewish community. A dark day in Australia's history on what should have been a day of light. And visiting the scene there at Bondi this morning, it was a very physical reminder of the iconic status of Bondi Beach and the Bondi Pavilion I opened that pavilion after the refurbishment just a couple of years ago. It is a historic place. And the fact that this was a venue for this act of evil that was clearly calculated by these perpetrators is just an outrage and a shock to the community. One of the things that is coming through, though, is that the community want to be able to express their support and solidarity. And I would urge and join with others who have urged Australians across the country to light a candle, put it in their front window tonight at 6:47 p.m. to show that light will indeed defeat darkness, part of what Hanukkah celebrates, of course. We are stronger than the cowards who did this. And I want to conclude finally by saying that the government is prepared to take whatever action is necessary. Included in that is the need for tougher gun laws. And this afternoon at 4 o'clock, I will put on the agenda of the National Cabinet tougher gun laws, including limits on the number of guns that can be used or licensed by individuals. A review of licences over a period of time. People's circumstances change. People can be radicalised over a period of time. Licences should not be in perpetuity. And checks, of course, making sure that those checks and balances are in place as well. We will I'll take to National Cabinet this afternoon a proposal to empower agencies to examine what can be done in this area. Quite clearly, the Howard government's gun laws have made an enormous difference in Australia and are a proud moment of reform, quite rightly, achieved across the Parliament with bipartisan support. If we need to toughen these up, if there's anything we can do, I'm certainly up for it, and I hope to get National Cabinet on board for that this afternoon as well.